Everybody, Bumps of the Night here. It's been a little bit, pretty much right around Halloween's last time I dropped a video. Have not meant to have been gone so long, but just kind of with the year winding down, and the holidays kind of queuing up between, finding out some new information about my mom's case after I lost her this year and her birthday being just recently. I've kind of been like on the downtrend, the spiral of depression, if you will. So I took a couple days off work, tried to get my mind right, went and popped up to see my best friend. He moved to Tennessee, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see you. Let's catch up. Let's reconnect. Kind of see if I can kind of get out of this funk. It helped a bit. I don't know if I'm fully out of it, but I don't feel as down. So anyway, enough of my life's whiny bullshit. We know why we're here. You're here for that thumbnail. So upon my travels, I went to Tennessee. Tennessee has this really cool store. It's called Mckay's. Mckay's. And Mckay's is like a buy, sell, trade kind of place. So I took a lot of old books that my mom had left, that not ones from the shelf, but just ones that like I didn't want and no one in the family wanted. So I took a bunch of those, took some books I had, stuff I picked up from manga trades and stuff, just books I had read and don't really want anymore. Took a bunch of shit, about 2 boxes worth with me up, and I traded them in for store credit. And I got about $150 in store credit. And then I went and still ended up spending like another $150. So I dropped a lot of money at Mckay's. But I got some really cool pulls, and I figured I'd share that with you here. So here's my 2025 November haul. So off the bat, if you're a Goosebumps person, you're probably here mainly because you saw this. So this is what we're going to talk about. This was not from Mckay's. This was just something my friend picked up all garage sailing. It was 10 cents. It's Still More Tales for the Midnight Hour. It is super duper beat and kind of just fading away here. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that yet. The mold on the back concerns me. I'm going to try to clean it up and see what happens. But it was nice of him to pick up for 10 cents. So a Tales book that isn't Goosebumps. All right. So anyway, so I picked up a copy of The Beast from the East. Now it is a little beat up, and it does have writing in it. But it is a first print. And so what I did with this whole stack of books is I picked up essentially every book on my shelf I already have. I picked up and I was going to compare and contrast them. Originally I was excited for this because it was a first print and it does have the apple. But now looking at my stack, my cat's having a conniption. Mine is in a cleaner condition. You can see there's a little bit of like wear and tear on the spine there. And then mine doesn't have the apple. So even though mine is a 6th print, I will be keeping this one that is remaining in the collection. So Goosebumps that I don't add to my shelf or replace are all going to end up going for sale on my eBay shop. So if you're looking for some first eds here, hey, chill the fuck out. If you're looking for some first eds here, you're going to have a chance to pick them up. But anyway, here's a first ed. That is going to the shop. That is not staying with me. Next, we got a Calling All Creeps here. This was also a first ed. Here's this to show you. Now, it does have one of these in it. Those are kind of cool, honestly. It is a little beat up here. You can see it's got a little wear and tear. I mean, it's a 30-year-old book. What do you expect? Definitely has seen better days. Looking at mine, mine is also a first ed. And although it has a very small pencil line in it and some wear on the pages and a marker on top, I honestly think mine is in a little better condition. Unfortunately, neither of them have the cards. I wish, but they don't. So this will also be on the shop. Alright, next I found a copy of Bob They Did Everyone. It's even got them old school stickers on it. I think this is a Kmart sticker. I'm not sure, but take a look. Take a look at that old school sticker. Someone got a dealio on that back in the day. This one is also a first edition. But it's a little warped, as you can see here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not perfect. I'm going to probably put it on the spot on the stack, some of these books here, see if I can flatten it out a bit. Here's my copy. It's a little more clean, feels a little more crispy. Also a first ed, so I'll be keeping that. Damn, I really thought I found a couple of replacements. All right. Probably the most hype find of the trip for me. I could not believe it. As many times as I've been hunting, I've never found this one in the wild. Until now. Yeah, that is Werewolf Skin. Now, unfortunately, there is some writing on the cover. But it is... it's a first print. So let me just show you that right off the bat. That is a first print. It's interesting. There's a small little like stamp in the front, but anyway, when I was flipping through it, it has two inserts. It's got a postcard insert, which, you know, trying to get them Goosebump sales. And then you go a little farther back, it's got the werewolf mask, which, if I'm not mistaken, this was the Scholastic Book Fair variant, although it does have a barcode, so I'm not sure. A little bit of wear and tear on the spine. Overall, I'd say 6 out of 10 condition-wise. So that is also going on the shop. I have my own copy here, which is very pristine. I am very proud of how clean this one is. It doesn't have both inserts, but it does have the mask. I think it's interesting that that one I found has 2 inserts and this one has 1, but this is, not only is it a first edition, mine's first ed. I forgot I took it and got it signed by Jacobus, so this one's definitely staying in the collection. Sorry, guys. But this one will be up for grabs. Next, a copy of The Creeping Coffin. Now, I had a small list of things I've been looking to replace. I can already tell you off the bat, this is my copy. You can see it's just a little more beat, a little faded on the spine, not a lot of it, but a little. It also was a elementary school book. As you can see, here's some writing on it and like a sticker that says, Dudley Elementary Cougars, we hope you enjoy this book. So it was Miss Haggie's book. This one off Thrift Books, if I'm not mistaken. It is a first print, but it is beat. So that's going to go on the sale pile. Actually, I'm going to move this so you can see me. Because this one doesn't have the sticker. It's also a first print. So yeah, that's an upgrade. Put these out the way. Next, I found a copy of, it's one of actually the last Give Yourself printings that has the foil, because when they switched to the black spine after this. Return to the Carnival of Horrors. And the Horrors be working the carnival. I haven't read this one yet. This is also a first print. So like I said, a lot of first prints. Now here's my copy. Overall, looking at the two, this one's worn a little more in the front. And it's got a little spine wear, but mine is... It's kind of crazy because mine, the pages aren't as clean. Like this is the one I found, the pages are very clean. Mine looks like it's definitely been read through. But based off of just that in the front, mine also has a little nice indentation here. I don't know if you can see that right where it says like, boo dude. There, I got the light reflecting it. Hopefully you can see the indent. This one's corner's missing a bit. So I will be keeping mine. This one will be up for sale. Next, I found a copy of Cry of the Cat. I hadn't even pulled the sticker off yet because I stopped at the second Mckay's. So this one was $4.50. It is a first print. It does have something in the front, which kind of sucks. Bargain Books. It's from Kissimmee, Florida. Wow, so it made it all the way to Tennessee from Florida. And then it made it back to Florida thanks to me. And it has the screen iron-on print where you print it out and you put it on a white t-shirt and you iron it and your t-shirt becomes Cry of the Cat. This will also be up for grabs. Mine also has it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. See, mine has it as well. So, keeping that. Next, I found a copy of Invasion of the Body Squeezers Part 2. First print. Very decent condition, aside from a little bit of wear and tear on this back corner. I don't know if you can get it in the light there. There it is. See that? Yeah. But pretty decent condition, maybe read once. Looking at mine, there is a little bit of wear on the front. Mine's also a first. Let's see. That's a tough call. I'm not sure. I think I'm actually going to end up keeping the Mckay's copy, just because mine has a little bit of damage on the spine right there. And there's also the sticker on the back I don't want to take off. So yeah, look at that. Then I found a copy of Graveyard Ghouls. Also a first print. Very clean. Maybe never read at this point. Maybe someone just bought it to flex. There's a little bit of tiny damage there on the edge, which that's nothing. Here's my copy of Graveyard Ghouls. Also, very little tiny bit of damage right here on the edge. That's common for Goosebumps. Also a first print, so they're both first. The real question is, which one do I want? Alright, so it looks like the one I found is a little more warped than mine, so I'll be selling that and keeping my copy. Next, I found a copy of Goosebumps Oh, no, actually, this is the one I found. Goosebumps Horrorland, Return to Horrorland. Goosebumps 2000, Return to Horrorland. Getting so excited I can't speak. Now, unfortunately, this was a second print. I think mine was a first print. Mine is a first print. Although, considering that beating on it, I'm honestly probably going to go with the second print. Also, what's cool about mine is it had a border sticker, RIP Borders. But yeah, looking at them, this one is in a little better condition. Even if the one page here is dog-eared, that's nothing. Mine's just a really beat. That I don't know. I don't hate it. I know it gives it character, but it's just sad to me. So, yes, I will be keeping the second print. Shocking enough. I know, right? I'm blasphemy. All right, and then the last one I found was Earth Geeks Must Go, which is one of the later printings in the series. It's got a little bit of spinal tear here, a couple page warp. It is also a first print. So everything I found was first print minus that Horrorland, which pretty badass. Here's my copy. It's also a first print, but believe it or not, it has way more damage on the front. See, I don't know if you can see the here, and then there's a nice little crease there. So this is one of the ones I've been wanting to replace. And although there is some damage here on the spine, which sucks, it's a lot better than what I had. So I have upgraded a couple of mine. So yeah, if you're looking for some bumps, primarily first prints, which all these are now, find them on my eBay store. Link down below. That was just Goosebumps. Now I'm going to go through the manga, which is what I mainly got. So if you don't care about the manga, feel free to hop off. Thanks for watching. Click the sub, blah, blah, blah. But if you're a nerd and you want to chill and see the rest of the shit I got, let's get it. Archer, Season 4 on Blu-ray. Love this series. Slowly picking it up as I go. I have Seasons 1 through 5 now. I was missing 4 for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's that I'm on DVD and I got rid of the DVDs because I'm just kind of upgrading. I only keep DVDs on stuff that only is on DVD. If it's on Blu-ray, I'll upgrade that. Next, these are probably the most expensive books I picked up. These are the Viz Big Editions of Rurouni Kenshin. And then these were originally, they're $18 a pop, brand new. Because they're out of print or OOP, they sell stupid high prices because, you know, secondhand market. These were marked 18, so they were pretty much the exact price, brand new, used. And I just bit the bullet and bought them because they're hard to find. And now I'm only missing 6 because I just picked up 7, 8, and the last one, which is hardest to find, 9. So let's look how thick that shit is. But yeah, decent condition, maybe a little yellow on the pages. But overall, minus the one omnibus, which is Viz Big, I'm missing. I'll have this entire series. Okay, next. Lots, and I do mean lots of manga pickups. So I'm just going to kind of go through it stack by stack here from the front. Alright. Series I recently started picking up. Didn't think it'd be my slice of tea, but I read the first one. I was like, you know what? I don't dislike this. So these were all pretty cheap. They were $6.50 a pop. These were Kaomi Can't Communicate. So unfortunately, they're not like a full run. I have 1 through 11, and now I've got a bunch of mismatches. So I've added that to my list of things I'm looking for. Next, we got a little couple one-offs here. Stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen 21. Now I'm just missing 22 and 27. I was missing Dan 11. I have that now. Saint Seiya. I remember this series as a kid. I think this is like a spin-off one because this one's like a chick. I thought they were dudes. I don't remember. But I know like it's like a magical girl thing where like they transform and like they're Zodiac Knights. I plan on reading it. Worst case scenario, I end up trading it back in. Huge fan of the series. I've been planning to collect it for a while. Could not grab it for $5. This was Yu Yu Hakusho 17. My friends all joke at work and say that I'm just a teenage dirtbag. I'm just adult Urameshi. Started picking up The Gray Man recently. Saw 13 for $4. Grabbed it. This was a new series I had never heard of before. I mean, it looked kind of interesting. Tokyo Pop, which they don't really print shit anymore. But this is Dark Metro, and it's like zombies in Japan. So that one looked pretty neat. I like zombie stuff. We'll see. If it's too etchy, I'll end up just selling or trading it to Josh. Speaking of zombies, Zombie Powder. Now, this is a series that predates Bleach by Tite Kubo. So, I'm a fan of him. I have the first one I picked up a couple weeks ago at the Goodwill locally. I saw this one. I was like, gotta grab it. It's only like 4 or 5 of them anyway. And then Go Go Loser Ranger. I picked this up the other Mckay's. I haven't pulled the sticker off yet. This one was $6.50. So those are like the kind of 1 and 2 offs there. I also completed a set while I was out of town. I finished the Tokyo Ghoul set. They were selling these for $7 a pop. So this is Tokyo Ghoul RE, and I know it's not really in order, but I had stopped at 11, or I stopped at 10, so now I have 11 to 16. So my Tokyo Ghoul RE set is now complete. This next stack is just a couple of things that 1 or 2 3-offs kind of deal. Starting with this one, we have the what is this? The Way of the House Husband. These look kind of neat. I actually picked these up at a Goodwill on the way, so they don't count as a Mckay's haul, but it's a Mckay's haul, so. Don't know if I like it, but I've heard good things about it. But when they're $1 a book, you can't really not. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. I'm not sure if I like this. I know I kind of enjoyed Rosario Vampire, but that was a little bit on the questionable side, so if this is similar, I'll enjoy it. If not, that's what the trade pile's for. One of the other things I was really hyped for was Air Gear. I picked up some Air Gear. Now, this print series is out of print. There are like 37 books of this. Let me move a little more. And they're all hard as hell to find. So I have 1, 2, and 3 here. Some of the books sell for up to, I'm not joking when I say this, $250 as a single volume. If you find Air Gear Volume 28, pick it up. Even if you don't want it, just sell it or trade it to me. I'll give you some shit. But yeah, so finally started picking up this. This is a series I wanted to buy for a while. I read it online a long, long time ago. Love the music from the anime that was canceled. I do recommend this one. Was not expecting to pick up 7 Deadly Sins, but when they were $2 a pop, I mean, why not? I do want to get the series. I thought I was going to buy them in omnibus format, but at this point, it seems like now I'm just kind of being pulled towards single volumes. RIP shelf space. Got a copy of the novelization of Rising of the Shield Hero. Not to be confused with the manga. This is actual book. Let's see, what else we got? And then some copies of Konosuba. This one's a little more silly, but this one I've never heard of either. This is Konosuba, A Wonderful Magical Explosion, which is, or Konosuba Explosion, which is different than Konosuba God's Blessing. I don't know. It's a long-running anime. It's a little bit questionable, but there's a lot of comedy to it, so. Alright, and then last but not least, this one's called Inuyashiki. It's like about a dude and an old guy who get like cybernetic powers and they fight each other. It's interesting. I picked up the second volume in a lot, and I was like, okay, I'll pick up the first one if I get a chance. But like, it's interesting. It's not my usual cup of tea, but I love battle manga, so yeah. Let me kind of cue up a thumbnail shot for all this shit, because there's a lot. Have you read anything I've picked up today? Is there any series that I have here that you're interested in collecting for yourself? No. Good enough, I guess. So yeah, that's it. That's the Mckay's Mega Haul. Check the eBay store if you want to pick up my extras. Or you can DM me on Instagram if you want to make some trades. I'm always looking for things I don't have. Besides that, thanks for checking it out. Hopefully I have an episode of the podcast out soon. Like I said, I'm working through my depression, but give me time. I know I'm buying another bookshelf. That's definitely happening. Hopefully by the time I get another video up, I'll have 6 instead of 5. Because there ain't no way this is all fit on the shelf. Alright, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.